Well, hello. I really did not anticipate doing a recording tonight, doing a video, but here I am doing it. Excuse me, I need a little sip of water before I get too involved. Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I may have previously introduced myself, but I'm going to do it again. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hi, I'm Christine, Love Evolve Energy. Hi, how are ya? Nice to see you. So, I am coming off of quite a week, and currently it is a stormy outside. It is quite blazing. The elements are doing miraculous things out there. And here I am, trying to, not even trying, simply being with my body and my breath and creating an offering here. So I'm coming off a big week. I've just completed being a facilitator and a coach for an energy intensive program. So I wasn't I was super involved. What am I saying? So I'm a little bit drained. Not completely, but when you are leading and facilitating in terms of energy work, it's a different thing than other kinds of teaching I've done in terms of yoga, massage therapy, even intuitive practices. It's a different kind of thing. And a few of us who went into this 2-month program knew this going in, and some of us didn't. And so there were a lot of surprises and things like that. So I went through my own process, indeed, my own transformation, but in so many ways, that's kind of where we're at this year. That's kind of where we're at. And I acknowledge this. I acknowledge this. And so be it. So be it. I'll speak about that in other things. Maybe I'll just state that now. It is the summer of 2020, which is a very interesting time indeed, and very transformational for those of us in the woo, doing the work. So I wanted to reflect on a few things today. I offer many things. I offer one-on-one sessions with energy work, with breath work, with body work, with yoga, etc., etc. Body, heart, breath, spirit, and meditation as well. I offer classes. I offer workshops, etc., etc. In fact, I'll be involved. We'll see how it goes. All right, there's one caveat, because the world is crazy right now and brilliant and perfect in its craziness. I will be part of a retreat that's happening in late March of 2021. So I'll talk about that more as I go on, as these offerings, these videos, this Energy Geek Speak continues. Welcome to Energy Geek Speak, if I did not say that already. So let me keep speaking then, shall I? So another thing that I offer is pre-recorded sessions in terms of guided meditations, which are also transmissions at times. That you can find on my other YouTube channel, which is posted below in this format. It's posted below YouTube/Love Evolve Energy or something like that. So the other thing I do, which seems to take up much of my time, is that I offer live sessions, live video feeds on Facebook. Sometimes on YouTube, we'll see how that goes, but primarily on Facebook and via Zoom as well, live streamed. So we'll call them live streams. I offer live streams. So what's interesting about those, I love them. I have to say I love them. I love the energy of them. I love the interaction. I love the having to think on my feet and love on my feet like we all are every single flippin' day, we hope. I come up with these things, my guides, my team, my higher self, Holy Spirit. I'm looking for a better word for that, by the way. That will be another show. Not this show. I don't think. We'll see what happens, how long I can go on speaking for, really. Ideas come to me, and what's coming to me for the shows that I'm offering live next week. By the time this posts, they will have been last week, I believe. So last week I was talking a lot about this concept, a couple of different concepts that occur to me when I have to talk about my practice to non-woo people, to people that need to understand something of what I'm doing, and for those in training. So this is a little bit coming up because I've just been training, or at least coaching and facilitating people to become energy savvy, whether they want to do it professionally like I am or in some other way, offer energy work, energy alchemy, whatever you want to call that form of woo. So it helps me reflect on how I speak about things. So one thing I want to talk about is how I explain my sessions. And what I mean by that is well, this will happen in live feeds as well, but one-on-one sessions, there's a certain way that I approach them out of a lot of experience, and that this approach is the best. And I want to say too, I know, just hold on, I'll talk about it in a minute. Just hold on for a second. Hold on. When I do some of these live feeds, one in particular, what I'm doing is energy scans, intuitive readings, sometimes healing, holings, energy work as well during the session. That's a gallery setting. That's what I would call a group gallery setting. So I'm working on people one by one, or a small group, or maybe all of them energetically. So this technique, it's not a technique, it's an approach to a session, whether it is with an individual or a group, small or large. It's this word that I love from the medical community, energy medicine perhaps, is why it occurs to me. It's called triage. Something developed on the front lines of World War I, I believe. It's a French term, and I don't know the definition exactly, but I might throw that in here. I might slip that in here. So what I do is I go into a session, and I sometimes have intuitive hits before I go in. I have feels. Sometimes that will be organized, and I will formally sit down and concentrate on that particular session with that particular group of people or person. Or I'll have some kind of plan of what's going to happen. So plans are good. Like when I teach yoga, plans are good. And then you show up to the session. And you have to approach what comes first. What is first in line to be addressed? In a triage unit, we're looking at what needs attention first. And granted, that's life or death, and what is the most dire situation. So it may not be the best term to appropriate, but there's something similar that in an energy session, we have all these intentions about what wants looked at. Either the client, the person, the gorgeousness of the divine spark that I'm about to work with their team, their guides on their energy with them, with the team, with that person. Intentions are great. It relaxes the mind, the vagus nerve, the neocortex. It relaxes all of this so we can enter into a session. And then you actually have to do and deal with whatever arises in that moment, regardless of what you had planned to do, regardless of what you came in with. It's what is there in your immediacy. And you work on that one thing, and then that one thing moves, shifts, something happens, it gets nourished, it gets released. Who knows? A whole bunch of stuff could go down. And then the next thing arises. You go to the next, and then you go to the next, and then you go to the next. The next thing that you go to is always preceded by what you just worked on, which allows the next thing to arise, and then the next thing to arise, and then the next thing to arise. So it's all these arisings that happen moment by moment by moment, regardless of what great plans you had going in. Now that requires of me different tools. And some tools, I have a huge kit of tools that I can apply to any energy healing, holding, energy alchemy session. Divine love, divine light infusions are what I call some of my sessions. Energy alchemy are what I call some other of my sessions. Intuitive guidance is what I call others, although that name is changing. Anyway, you get the idea here. I always use those maps that I go in with as an anchor to continually return to, so that I can fulfill a request of the client and the client's system, including guides and other consciousnesses. So that is always returned to in a session. However, you have to deal with what's in front of you as what's most important. That's what's facing you. So with all this kit of tricks, of tools, of techniques, of approaches that I have, 9 times out of 10, there's something new. There's something new. And it may be something like I've seen before, but everybody is unique and individual. And it's nice to have these tools to work with generally. And then whoever's in front of you is not general. They're specific. They are unique. And so that is my triage approach. I enter with best intentions, with a goal, and then we see what happens. And it really is this triage approach to any kind of energy session that I find is really effective. You have to train, you have to study, and then you have to trust. Oftentimes, it will be techniques that I am physically, energetically asked to perform and or participate in. Sometimes I take a back seat. Sometimes I bear witness to the guides, sometimes with more practiced or what I would call quote unquote advanced, tricky word there, advanced clients or people that are receiving. I will simply witness something already in process, and something that they need my help with. Sometimes I am there as a conduit. Sometimes I'm just there. Somebody made a session, booked a session with me and requested something. So that's requesting an appointment. That's requesting a meeting point in time, space, reality with energies that be their guides, focused on energy work, transformation, evolution, something within love, light, joy, that kind of movement. And all that I'm there for is the appointment setter. I show up, everybody, the client on the table or sitting, and the guides and the energies, I am there bearing witness to a moment in time, space, reality for the holding, the flow, the divine flow of energies to happen. Sometimes that's the case. If I have to speak honestly, and we're energy geeks speaking here, and honestly, does that even look like triage? Is that even something that I have this agency and doingness in? Sometimes no. Sometimes yes. Sometimes there's a great courtesy and generosity on the part of the energies there, the consciousnesses, the guides that are there doing the session. They will offer to include me, which is so kind of them, in the session. So sometimes I get that. Anyway, so that's generally this idea of triage, right? You do what's right in front of you. When I was teaching yoga, and I just want to wrap that up a bit for those yoga teachers who are paying attention, you go in with a plan, with a class plan, and then you're not teaching yoga, you're teaching people. Yoga is the what, or some may say the how. Who is receiving are human beings. That's who you are teaching. That is more important than your class plan. So you want to do this, this, and this. And then these 15 people are who show up. These 2 people are who show up. What is possible and what is necessary? That's you triaging your yoga class. What do these people need? What can I offer them? What can I offer from my heart within the yoga practice that they perhaps may benefit? And what can we co-create in this class together? Most yoga teachers who have been practicing for a couple of months or a year or more know this. They go in with a plan, and then half the time or more, you have to toss it. And you have to draw on what's there and how can I help? How can I serve and support and benefit these people and myself here? You have to include yourself in that. Am I right, yoga teachers? Can I get an amen? Yes. Om Shanti, please. Thank you. I need another sippy of water. So I've done a bit of talky talk here, and this may be enough. There's a part 2 because another thing I'm thinking about here. You know what? Nah, I'm going to keep talking about it. And then, well, anyway, I just want to bless this session and say there's that piece of how to approach. How do I approach a session? How do I approach almost anything? And for those of us that can be control freaky like me, you have to rise to that occasion, to that challenge, and show up for spirit and say, I surrender and I trust. Every energy session is an opportunity to trust even deeper and even more. Your capacity to hold love and light and allow what's necessary for the moment, in that moment, to happen. That's your job. That's my job. That's what I do. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I may change clothes here and it may show up differently because I'm thinking about this other thing. So, part 2 is this. We think about woke nation, awake, awakening. And what do we mean by this? This is a whole other session. I have to do this separately. This is a whole other session. All right. So just know, so this will be a teaser. My teaser is my next Energy Geek Speak is going to be looking at this. What do we mean by this? And I have opinions. I opine on this. I have trainings in what an awakening state is for human. And I mean something very specific when I say that. And it may not be popular. We'll find out. That's what I'll offer on my next Energy Geek Speak. So hopefully this was enough of a taste and a teaser. And I love you all. I'm wondering if I can do different elements here. I think I can. I want to change some of my looks. Let me show you my favorite. I have a couple of favorites. Where is she? See, I'm recording this on something where I can put on different masks. Well, here's my second favorite. Ready? Here we go. Haven't decided the dates specifically. I almost have, but it's in early October of 2020. So keep a lookout for that. So we're going to be looking at sensory clarity. Some people call those the clairs. So that is your sight, your hearing, your smell, your taste, and your touch, inner and outer. Those are your sense gates, and maybe a wisdom sense gate, which would be claircognition. So we have clairsentience of the body, that's the feels, clairaudience of hearing, that's your hearing capacity, clairvoyance, that's your voyance, your seeing, clairalliance, and clairgustance. So clairalliance is the nose, psychic smelling. Clairgustance is taste and the tongue. Clair taste, which is very closely related. Anyway, so this meditation workshop is going to hone each of your clairs through clarifying sensitivity in each of them. Now, this is a precursor, this is a prequel to a longer week long that's going to be happening in the spring. So we're just going to do a weekend, like Friday night, bunch of classes Saturday, bunch of classes Sunday. It'll be through Zoom, it'll be all online. There'll be a Facebook group where you can watch them after the fact if you can't attend all of them, like we did with our last one, but it's going to be condensed. So there'll be practice time, but it's just a survey course on honing your sense gates for your capacity to perceive energy, whether that be intuitive stuff or your energy work or whatever practice you have, your mediumship, whatever your woo is, your card reading. How are you receiving information? We're going to clarify and hone. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for showing up. Please subscribe to the channel. All of us are having so much fun and we're wicked digging it. Check out the other broadcasters on this channel, Evolve Within Love. Check out all the stuff they're offering. It's so awesome. So thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Oh, and press the little dingy bell. Ding, ding, ding. So when you subscribe, you can have the option of pressing the dingy bell. That dingy bell, one, it's fun. Two, it lets you know when mine, or somebody else in the channel posts something. So some of us are going to be going up live, which I wicked dig. I love that. And some of us are going to do these pre-recordeds like me right now with this. So please do that. Join us. Thank you. Book a session with me. But hold on. Let me do that again. Book a session with me. We can work one-on-one. Check out my website. The link is below. Check out my personal Love Evolve Energy YouTube channel. That's linked below. Check out some of my lives on Facebook, some of my other stuff. I have all the links below. And please report some of the musicians that I use in my videos here. They're such great human beings and they're so creative and I love them. Just, give them a shout out or go visit their website or go buy something from them. They're so great. I love them. What else? Oh, sign up for the meditation course. You can sign up for that really soon. On my, where do I do that? You will be able to sign up for that on my website, I believe. By the time this posts, I will have figured it out. And I'll post the link for you to sign up for the meditation workshop below. All right. Love and light, you guys. And all the other stuff. Get dirty with it, right? Be a human being already. Thank you very much. I love you. Mwah. Bye.